Hey everybody, welcome to Tech Talk. I'm your host, hexrayvision, coming to you live from Cuatro Cinco Studios in my mom's basement. And guess who came over to hang out for a little bit?
They can't see me, I'm camouflaged.
Oh, yeah. Well, they probably, if you can't see, you might be able to see when he moves. This is my brother here. We're still working on his handle. We got a couple of suggestions the last time. We got Francis Powell in the house, Hex Hodl in the house, Crispy's in the house. What's up, Crispy? You got the link if you want to come on and chat.
Red Squirrel.
Oh.
Oi.
Oi,
Nice.
oi.
Nice.
And Harmonic Hex, because she already knows the deal. What's up? Hey, Visioneers. How you guys doing? What's up, Hexray? Straight from your mom's basement. That's right, Super Snake. If you can live at your mom's basement as long as possible, you can save your money and you can degen into crypto. And that's really the best place for your money to go, in my humble opinion. That's not financial advice, but I do have some financial advice for you. Let's say it's
Next comment.
okay. Well, Francis Powell's still sticking with COVID boy.
The Cove Bro.
Francis Powell's working at a hospital right now. He's pulling his shift till 7:30. Firefighting 82 in the house. Good afternoon, all. What's up, buddy? What's up? So here's some financial advice. We're all busy. We got a lot of things going on. We don't always have time to go and make healthy food and cook for ourselves. So at the end of the day, when you don't have a lot of money that you want to spend on food, head down to Little Caesars. In fact, you don't even have to head down there. They have delivery now in most places and a very convenient app on your phone. So you can jump on there and get a hot and ready. My recommendation is a thin crust, pepperoni, extra cheese. It doesn't seem like a lot of pizza, but it's a lot of taste, a whole lot of taste. So enjoy some Little Caesars pepperoni pizza today.
I don't know. They used to have that $5 hot and ready.
They did.
Now it's more like a $10 hot and ready.
That's inflation, baby.
You can't afford even the $5 hot and ready anymore at that place.
Make sure you tag Little Caesars in all of my posts so we can get that sponsorship deal. Anyways, Hug Hound. So that's it. Yeah, it's COVID Boy or Hug Hound.
Hug Hound. There we go.
Because I think that's when we were playing the incoherent card game.
Yeah.
Hug Hound. Hug.
That was hilarious.
All right, well, we got this is Tech Talk. This is also, we like to hang out, we like to have a good time, but I actually have a list of stuff that I'd like to go over and cover. Little Caesars is delicious. Just a couple bros hanging. We got some guests that have invited. Hopefully they show up and increase the knowledge and the respectability, really the class of this stream. That would be great. But honestly, we want to get to the nerd questions. We want to figure out what's going on in crypto, and most importantly in Hex, in the Hex ecosystem, right? Yeah. So we're going to leave that up here for a second. Let me get some banners going here across the screen. There you go. So 1 million families, our goal is to help 1 million families attain financial freedom. Hopefully your family will be one of those million families.
That would be
We're
nice.
Getting there. He got to ride one wave in 2021. And in the next wave of 2024, hopefully he'll be saving up more of his nickels and quarters and chewing gum money and throwing those into degen coins. Right?
Yeah. What's the name of your coin?
What's that?
What's the name of your coin?
Oh, I haven't released that yet.
Oh, okay.
That one's not going to be out for a while. That timeline's like 6 to 8 months out, and I will reveal information as we go along.
Okay.
However, I will say this. We're going to give out another very special word today, and we're going to tell people when they'll get the third special word. So if you go back to my hang last night, I dropped a mysterious wallet address, and I've also tweeted this mysterious wallet address out. It's a mystery wallet, and there was a very special word last night that I might repeat or might put on the website. We'll repeat one more, and then when we reach certain thresholds for our community, when we hit a certain number of subscribers, likes, shares, comments, tweets, TikTok views, you name it, we're going to work with the other Hexicans here and try to get this message out to as many people as possible. So when we hit these thresholds, magic special words will appear. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So that's 1 million families. No shaved toe pulse chain. Are you going to join us on that? I noticed you've been trimming a little bit there. I'd like you to look like a barnyard animal.
Wow.
Before pulse chain comes out. Does your work allow you to grow something this magnificent?
Yeah, yes, it does.
Oh, well, what's stopping you, bro? I mean,
my wife, for one. It took forever for her to allow more than the mustache, so I was just like, how you doing? For the longest time. And then she ended up liking, I accidentally shaved part of it off like a month ago and had to shave the whole thing off, and she was so mad at me.
We're gonna have
but
to.
She doesn't like the full beard.
We're gonna have to have Hexray Chick sit down with her and say, "Look, this is for pulse chain, okay? This is bigger than you. This is what we need. If we don't all start looking like barnyard animals, we'll never get pulse chain. We're all waiting for pulse chain, obviously. Yeah, yes. And then of course, hashtag not your keys, not your cheese. If you guys have money on exchanges, if you have them in third party exchanges where they're promising you yield, get your money off exchanges. You never know when one of them is going to say, oops, we don't have any money, and then they take yours. It happens all the time in crypto and in banking. So just don't leave it with them. The whole point of crypto is not to suck middleman D. We don't want to suck middleman D. We want to have our own coins. We want to do what we want. And so it's all about freedom and ownership. Francis Powell, do you know if their internet money, well, it's a mobile only or desktop and a mobile? I don't know if internet money is mobile only or desktop wallet. That's a great question. We should probably just reach out to internet money here. In fact, I'm going to jump on to their Telegram here. And I'll just ask them. Internet money.
There it is.
There we go. Now there's quite a few internet money groups. So we're going to try to find the legitimate internet money group. One of them is a Bitcoin based one. If you guys know the Telegram for internet money, throw it in the chat, and we will definitely check on that answer for you. Other than that, we're still waiting for anyone to show up in the the green room. We threw up an invite in a few of those Telegram groups. We, of course, we can actually throw it up here too. We do have one guest that has RSVP'd. We were going to get Mark Wild on here, but he has to get some sleep. He lives in Thailand. Mark Wild has a book coming out about Hex. It's going to be released on December 2nd. And so as soon as we have some information on that, we'll have him on here to chat about the book and see how many people we can get involved in there. All right, so here's the Internet Money one. Let's go for it. So yeah, Internet Money IO. Let's jump in there and ask that question. Other than that, not your keys, not your cheese. No shaved top pulse chain, 1 million families. And then there's a couple other things that we're going to go over today and try to get you guys up to speed and in the loop of what's going on. Boom. Yeah, I had a wonderful night last night. We went to, so yeah, it's the Internet Money Community. Here we go. Oh. I just joined this group, so we'll see if they'll take my message. Boom. All right. You keep working at the hospital. You focus on those people at the hospital, Francis Powell, and we will work on getting you that answer. So, as I was saying, we've got a lot going on in crypto right now. It took me quite a while to figure out how to basically change the RPC settings that people are changing, because we're trying our hardest to keep our privacy and not share our IP.
Just iOS now.
So right now, the Internet Money Wallet is on iOS right now. And here we go. Soon on everything. iOS for now, Chrome coming soon. Look at that. That's how we get answered. We just shoot those out into the Telegram. Mr. Adam of Vibra Finance. How are you doing this great Sunday?
Hey, we were in Charlotte a couple hours ago, now back home, so relaxing. Good nice Sunday afternoon.
Wait a second. Those pictures that I've retweeted of you guys golfing, that was not in upstate New York?
No, that is not New York, unfortunately.
I thought you guys got some really sweet global warming, like sweep in, and you guys just went golfing. I had no idea you guys were down in North Carolina, but now that I think about it, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. No, we were visiting some family down there, and then went to the Hornets game Friday. So it was a good time.
That's awesome. I tried to invite Hans Hex or Hans Crypto on the show, because he did a really good video of how to change your RPC settings in MetaMask, so that we're not having people farm our IP address and sell our information from MetaMask. And I kind of got stuck on a couple spots that I figured out this morning. I was going to do a little screen share and kind of explain that to people if they wanted to know. Let's see here. So I'm trying to do it without doxing my wallet. I'm always creating these dummy wallets.
Corey Costa, he put up a good, like a 4-minute video. And in the description, he has like the network, the URL, the chain ID. So you can put all that, like type it all in and just input it. But that's crazy what they're doing.
Yeah. There's absolutely no reason for them to have any of our information at all. There's only nefarious reasons. We got Hex Siren in the house. He says, "Hi, Adam. Love you guys."
Hex Siren, she's awesome. We had a blast in Vegas.
Definitely. The part that I had trouble was adding it manually, because you actually have to copy the RPC that you want, and you have to paste it into adding it right here. So that was a part that slowed me down. And they actually have some decent explanations on their site if it says need help. But watching Hex Hans was what solidified it for me. And I'm sure, like I said, Corey Costa and a couple other people that threw up really good short tutorials on how to change your RPC, right? And the chainlist.org, which, let me show you guys this really quick. Chainlist.org changed their website to show a privacy tab as well. So let's run over here too. And of course, my camera always freezes. I forgot to make a smiley face before it froze. So you're just seeing me stroke my beautiful beard. Let me pull up chain.
I look like I'm zoned out.
Yeah. You look like you're focusing on being camouflaged. That's like a good look for you.
Out a fart.
X-ray loading.
Oh wait, this is actually on another one. I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to cancel that and unfreeze this, because that's on another screen or under another Chrome tab. So let me start my camera again. Or actually, while I'm doing this, let's do this. Since I'm already frozen, let's jump through the charts real quick and just do an update of what's going on in the prices of our little ecosystem here. There we go. We'll start with Hex, our baby Hex. Hex is sitting down here. You can see it trying to find another floor down here around 2627. We had that beautiful wick down that if you were lucky and your orders caught down there around the 2324. That was beautiful right there. If you were catching that little one, that's obviously a wonderful place to buy in, I think. But yeah, the whole market is still, getting its arm twisted by the Fed, right? And so until the Fed quits screwing over our economy and raising rates, it's going to be really hard for things to break out and really find their bottom, I think, don't you?
Yeah, I just saw a poll that, or it was like a tweet saying that the odds of a half a point were 80% and 75 were like 20% for the next meeting.
Yep, 50 or 25. I think they're going to try to soften it before they pause it, is the idea. But other than that, there's that one. Let me know if the screen changes when I click on it here. Did that change to Hedron?
No, not yet. It looks like you and the screen both froze.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Let's try it. Let me go back to StreamYard and share a different screen here.
There we go.
Share this other screen. Okay, so here we have our ICOSA. ICOSA is basically in a free fall.
Yeah, I was gonna say, whoa, what happened?
I was getting paid those ICOSA for staking ICOSA and my WhatsAs, and I was like really giddy and excited. But apparently, some people have. There's been a few WhatsAs be unlocked, and because I watched the WhatsApp bot on Twitter that tells you when people are selling WhatsApp and cashing out. There's still a lot of WhatsApp NFTs, and then apparently some of these people are hitting their 30 days and cashing out, or maybe they're just trading and putting it into something else. So ICOSA has no sign of stopping its free fall right now. So depending on what you think ICOSA's purpose is for the future, and when ICOSA will find its bottom, you could be DCAing all the way down to that one, right? I don't know. What are your thoughts on ICOSA and Hedron, Adam?
I think it's like the icing on the cake for Hex. Hedron, I think it was perfect. You give bigger bonuses to Hex stakers, so it kind of incentivizes I don't want to say OGs, but the bigger bag holders, which you would think are more diamond handed. And I like the way they did that. And then having a rewards coin, I think is brilliant. Right now, I just think the macro environment is what the problem is. When people can no longer borrow money for cheap, all of a sudden you can't pay bills. What do you start to sell? You start to sell assets, and then once things get worse, you start selling crypto. And I think we're at that point now where people that are unloading are selling not because they want to, because they have to.
Yeah. Here we got Hedron. Hedron's trying to find a new floor up here, and that looks like it's around. Nope, that's the one. There we go. Hedron. Yeah, so Hedron, it looks like it's trying to find a new floor. It went all the way down. Its lowest was, what was that? Six zeros and a 117 is where it's its lowest of all time so far. But then we've also seen it go up and hit 5 zeros and a 7. So it's kind of making this wedge, almost like it's trying to figure out what's going to happen with the ICOSA, the HSI stake auctions and the burning mechanisms and everything else going on right now. People are trying to figure out where we're going in the supply of Hedron.
Yeah, That's the other concern too. Is that 10x bonus? Was that too much, and is it too much sell pressure? But with the burn now, I think Alex is incredibly smart, and we're just in a bear market. Like I said earlier, when the macro environment is this bad, and you still see a 30x like that from the bottom. I mean, how can you hate on Hedron?
Yeah, well, and it's a free coin.
Right.
If you have it's just free coins on free coins, and you can put this free coin to work, right? So if you get a free coin that you can put to work, like that's even better than just a free coin like we got back in the day with Pulse Doge. Speaking of Pulse Doge, let me open that one up next. So we got Pulse Doge here. It's looks like it's doing a steady little march up as people have been using that to mine the ASIC miners for Pulse Bitcoin, and also as large amounts of this have been burnt. We're trying to see, the burning mechanism never seems to have a direct effect on price, in my opinion. I never see like a bunch of tokens burned and then it just shoots giant green candle. It's always like a delayed reaction.
I know. I thought the same thing. I thought the Hedron burned too, this last one, because the one in was it September when they burned like $9 million worth? You could see in the charts it reflected in it, and I thought the same thing. Like, man, half the supply almost got burnt here. Why are we not seeing green candles? Right.
Well, and I mean, compared to, like you said, this nasty macro, like everything is just burning around us and falling. This is a pretty damn good looking chart.
I mean, I bought some more about 3 weeks ago at like 475 because I thought it was going to pump a little bit, but it's inevitable, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting chart. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see if it continues this trend, this march up of higher lows, because it's not making higher highs, but it is making higher lows. So that's better than what we can say about a lot of stuff right now. And then let me jump in, and that brings us into Pulse Bitcoin, which just launched. And I was lucky enough to have Pepe on my Hangout the other day, and he was explaining to me and Gemini Crypto in the same day what was going on, how the miners worked, how long you had to pull them out, work on them, how it deflates. So here is the Pulse Bitcoin, and it's not looking great, to be honest. It's looking, it's interesting. Oh, this is a 15-minute. Let me throw it onto the day chart and let me turn on log. Sorry.
I was gonna say something doesn't look right.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, well, that actually looks 100 times worse than it did on the 15-minute chart. Actually looked. Oh. So Pulse Bitcoin and ICOS are both kind of looking like they've been hanging out with the Clintons. That's all I'm going to say there. And we're going to see what happens.
They're coming after you next, man.
Hold up, pull up the Zen chart too.
All right, I'm going to pull up that Zen chart. That was someone actually was talking about the Zen chart in previous one. So let me change this to Zen. Someone's like, why is Zen higher than Hedron? And I said, you know what? Probably because people don't have access to their Zen like they do have access to their Hedron, right? Yeah. Because like I did the little claim thing. I spent way too much money in gas the first day getting one wallet going, and then by the time I got some more wallets going, the bots had taken over, and I thought, to me, it felt like it was worthless, or not worthless, but it was a waste of time to fight against the bots that were creating all their wallets, right? So let me pull this up on screen.
I had like 6. I was going to do 5 or 6, and the first 5 I set at like 80 Gwei was my limit. I wasn't going to spend more than like 30 or 35 bucks, and none of them worked. And then the last one I did went through, and I got number like 40,000. So
yeah. Do you remember how long yours is locked up for?
I did the 100 days.
Okay, so at least 100 days. So this one right here, it looks like it's found a floor around 5 zeros and a 7. So that is, that's Hedron's top. Although, like I said, until you get access to them, they really don't. It's like your staked hex, right? I mean, like the price of hex is pretty important the day your stake comes undone, because then you get to decide how much to take profit, how much to roll back, continue to restake. So
that chart is kind of misleading too, because I don't remember what day the 1 day mints no longer became profitable, but I think it was like a week or two ago when people stopped doing just the 1 day mints, and they stopped becoming profitable. And that, I believe, is gonna kind of set the floor.
Yeah. All right, so let me go back here and let me pull that off and see if I can unfreeze my screen. I look very, very serious. That's the most serious you'll see me look for that length of time.
That's when you first see the Icosa chart.
All right, cool. So we are back from the frozen world. Then we got dum-dums or dumping Icosa. That's really interesting. I don't know what to think, because it's when you get a coin for free like Hedron, there's quite a few people that went in and started accumulating at lows, like that low. People were jumping in there, and I was like, we have no idea what the bottom is. Like, this elevator could just keep falling. Yeah. And so like I was like a little hesitant, and I kind of like backed off. But when you get it for free every day, it kind of feels like you're buying the dip anyways, kind of like your hex stakes, right?
Yeah, and then you just submit your Hedron. I do it weekly or bi-weekly, and then just keep adding to my stake. So it's just, even if it goes down, it doesn't really matter. It's not costing us anything.
So Red Squirrel says there's huge inflation in Icosa at the moment. Dumping is expected. I'm not selling my Icosa until the bull returns at least. That's a good one. And that's actually a really good hex siren. Give him some love to Red Squirrel. Do you want more hex? Mint Zen. That's Crypto T saying mint the Zen. Ride that up. I'm guessing he's saying take the profits on Zen and jump into hex.
Yeah. I mean, I know, right? I'm number like 40,000, and last time I looked, it was almost 7 million coins. And when I looked a couple weeks before, and it was at like 4.5, so it's almost doubled since the last time I looked at it. So I'd imagine it's gonna be around 10 million coins, and it's gonna be like $60 total, but 5 of them failed. So I assume it'll be profitable.
All right, so let me try this. I'm gonna pull up that market sentiment chart. Let me see if I can get a better freeze while we do this. What do you want to do for our freeze? You're gonna pick your nose for the freeze? You're a brave man. I was gonna dab on the haters. I'm gonna dab on the haters here while we do this right here. There we go. Dabbing on the haters, although I look like I'm sneezing. Let's open up another one here. We got psychology of market cycles right here. I'm going to join that to screen. Everyone says, where are we on this chart? I've got my opinion. You guys definitely probably have yours. But if you look at this right here, I would definitely say that we're kind of in the yellow, like it kind of panic and anger, because I don't think people have lost enough hope yet to get to the depression phase. And I still think that we're going to have at least one more dead cat bounce based on some good news, or someone, they'll be like, hey, we'll go 1 week without an exchange going bankrupt and stealing money, and that's probably enough to make the market bounce at this point. Like, they just need a little bit of good information and good news to get anything out of this market, right?
Dude, it's looking so bad right now. Did you see the latest BitBoy video where he's down at the Tether offices, and it looks like there's no one there?
Yeah, it was. Well, that was the thing, is that he got a lot of hate on Twitter. So he's out there in the Bahamas searching down, like, be like, hey, where are you at, SBF? Let's talk. Where are you at? Where's people's money? No one else is down there. Everyone's like, oh, you're trying to get your money back, and you shield them back. They're giving a lot of hate. Yeah. But the truth is, wait a minute. He's in an empty parking lot leaning against SBF's Honda. There's no CNN. There's no Fox News. There's no government officials. There's no one from the SEC down there trying to talk to him and work things. It's just BitBoy. BitBoy is the guy that's trying to figure out where billions and billions of dollars have gone.
Tether's
that says a lot.
Is $65 billion, and there's nobody working at their office. If Tether collapses, that I mean, Bitcoin's going to under 8K.
Yeah, well, if Tether implodes, that's like the cable snapping on the elevator, right?
I think so. I mean, dude, I'm telling you. All right, so a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, I was visiting some family, and my mom was on Gemini, and she was trying to withdraw money, and she couldn't figure out how to use the two-factor, so she was clicking the wrong button or whatever. So after a couple times, it froze her account, and they ended up. She emailed them, and they got back to her, told her to submit some stuff. 3 days later, they just said, sorry, we're closing your account, sell everything, turn it to dollars, and withdraw it off the site. No questions asked. They didn't, nothing. And that was like, man, that was before the Earn program went down. And now yesterday, I had like $100 left of Quant on there, and I tried to withdraw it, and it's the same address I've used for the last 2-3 years on there, and it froze and said it froze the withdrawal and said account hold suspicious address or suspicious activity. So I can't believe they're literally holding regular withdrawals from accounts now. So that to me is just a time.
And this is Genesis.
Gemini.
Gemini.
Yep.
Gemini Exchange. And then I actually forwarded a tweet from someone else. I believe they're in Australia with one of their exchanges over there that was stopping withdrawals. And he's like, here it comes. Yep.
I mean, that literally limits New York to Coinbase and Bitstamp. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And Coinbase, I mean, look at all the FUD around them. That eliminate if something were to go there, we're down to one exchange.
Right. Now, the other one, I actually created a banner for this one right here. You also tweeted about the Genius token, right? Was that the Genius token or was it Gemini that you were talking about?
Gemini. And so they had an Earn program where you could earn a couple percent on your crypto, and they actually lent it out to Genesis. And Genesis is the company now that is looking for like $1 billion loan because they're about to go under. If they collapse, Gemini's whole Earn program is gone. A bunch of money from, I want to say Grayscale is gone. I mean, this whole debacle isn't even over yet.
Yeah, it's just well, we'll have to see where we're at when the Fed stops twisting our arm and trying to break it like a chicken wing.
That too.
Like, that's really going to be interesting when that stops and where we're at, because I'm hoping that it only goes into like the spring, right? Sometime in the spring they stop raising interest rates and give us a little bit of relief. And then Red Squirrel says, what profits on Zen? Yeah, I'm not sure if people are taking many profits on Zen. That might be why they've, found that floor, or if people are just waiting to get access to that 100 days, right? Marcavelli in the house, elbow cough. And then Crypto T says, depending on the length, like 30 or 40 bucks profit, minting for 40 days. So I'm minting way longer and more, 100 plus mints. So 30, 40 bucks in 40 days. That's enough. Maybe that's some money to start DCAing into something else right there, especially as Hex is down below 3 cents. That's just a silly price to me.
Oh no, that's crazy. I mean, just looking across the board at some of the prices, it's like, man, we're in early 2020 territory right now.
Yeah, this is the first bear market that went below the last peak. Every peak every bear market didn't break the last peak.
Yeah.
You know, like when we went on 2017, when we went up to 20,000 and back down to 3, we didn't go back down to 1, which was the previous peak, $1,000 back in 2014, right? So in 14, our peak was 1,000, and then in 2000, and then the bear market was $150, which I don't think that broke the previous peak either, did it? Wasn't the previous peak $30?
Yeah.
So then $30, $1,000, 20,000, 65, 69, depending on, you know, if you believe that second little do-over, that mulligan that just showed up that let a lot of people take their bags and run, right? So you got those, and this is the first time we broke one of the peaks.
Yeah. And what does that mean? What is the floor now? I mean, we're in unprecedented territories. I mean, I think, man, got to look at, I would say 80, 85, 10K is a huge psychological number. And then 8,500, then probably 78 around there. I mean, that, oh God, it could get bad. Could you imagine if Tether collapsed? Gemini goes under with Genesis. It comes out that FTX is way deeper than we thought. A couple other companies go under. Man, it could get really ugly quick.
Well, I think that they need more horrific, horrible things happening with the stable coins and with the exchanges so that people will ask for their CBDC. Because right now they know that if they put out the CBDC coin, people are going to be very resistant to it, I think, especially in crypto, right? But if there's enough horrific things happen, like Tether goes down, and a couple other exchanges go down, crypto.com, Gemini, all these people lose their money, then the government will walk and say, oh, see, don't you see you need us? Don't you see you need our altruistic protection? And here's our gift to you. It's the CBDC. And we're cool too. We're hip, we're jiggy. Use our stable coin. And people are dumb. So I think that's kind of what that might be like. The little straw they pull is Tether before they try to push their stuff onto their CFI instead of the DeFi, right?
And the best part is if you don't spend it, you're going to take it back. So there's going to be a timer on it too.
Yeah. They'll say, okay, you guys have this many days to change your Federal Reserve notes into CBDC because it's all digital anyways. Like there's very, very little cash out there.
It is. It's programmable money is the best way to describe it.
Mm-hmm. Hexadal says a promise to earn a single % yield with the risk of losing 100%. Picking up pennies in front of freight trains, major house cleaning going on. I think we're in the anger stage, but not yet depression. That's where I'm at. What about you? Where do you think we're at on this chart?
I agree completely. I think in that depression phase, and then if there's one more, Tether goes down, Gemini, and just the narrative alone around this whole FTX thing is insane. How there are all these fluff pieces. There's not been one article anywhere about him being a freaking con man. And something like Tether going down, that will be the anger mode where people are so pissed off they just run for the hills. And that's when I think coincidentally the feds will stop raising rates, or they'll at least drop it down to 0.25%. And coincidentally, banks will be allowed to custody crypto. Ripple will settle right around the same time. And magically the banks will pretty much be running Uniswap front ends for their clients.
Mm-hmm. Well, I used to think that they were on a timer, the timer being the presidential election and the other elections in November 2024. Right? I was like, oh, they have to turn the economy around. They have to bribe people. They have to fire up the economy. Just make people believe that it's okay and you can get your stuff. But the truth is, after watching this midterm election, I don't think they're worried about any election for the rest of eternity. Like they're like, oh, we'll just magically win these little places 4 weeks after the vote, there'll just be these magical votes that appear. So I don't really know if they want to convince the American people that the economy is healthy again. I think they've just given up on that idea.
That too. And you said it perfectly before with the CBDC thing. They're going to create the problem to be the heroes with the solution.
Yeah. They're going to break your leg and then show up with the crutches.
Yeah, and
right now, hey, I brought you crutches.
And the narrative around crypto right now is not good. It is not, a crypto problem. It's a crypto problem right now. Is the narrative? It's not a criminal problem. So until that changes, I think they're going to keep hammering down on crypto's too dangerous. Crypto's too dangerous. Not actually, DeFi is fine. If it was like that, none of this would have happened. It's when you get greedy narcissists that get in control of stuff, they make crypto look bad, but you'll never hear that narrative. And I think they're going to pile onto that until they can usher in the solution.
Yeah, that's true. I'm waiting for a reliable layer one like Pulse Chain, because there's quite a few layer ones, and some of them work some of the time, but none of them work all of the time, including Ethereum. Ethereum's fees make it unusable all the time. And so if once we get a decent good layer one, and we get a stable coin that we can really trust in, because right now that was LUSD. A lot of people like LUSD because of the over collateralization of Ethereum, right? But still, if you're hooked up to Ethereum and their insane fees, then it's not really, it takes away a lot of the utility of a stable coin, even if you trust that it's backed, right?
Yeah, and with Ethereum too is now there's so much. The banks own so much Ethereum; they're incentivized for the fees to be high because that's how they're going to make money and drive the price of ETH up. They just need transactions. They just need the system churning. It doesn't matter what for, but that will inevitably make them more money. So
basically, it turns them into the stock market, right? The exchanges of the stock market. The exchanges don't give a crap whether stocks go up or down because they're getting fees off of volume. So now that Ethereum is paying their nodes, they don't really care either if it functions or not. As long as people are moving money back and forth, they make money. And so what do they care if the fees go sky high? There's no incentive of them.
They want them to go sky high. There's actually they're incentivized to drive them up.
Yeah. Let's do the chat for a second here. BitBoy stalking SBF in the Bahamas is quite entertaining, leaning on his Toyota. Facing Reality just showed up. Damn, I'm late. What up, fam? Crypto T, the only number I really care about is the amount of total T shares. Currently 10,000. Is it? No.
10 million.
10,376,912 less T-shares, higher payout for stickers. I've been watching that payout every day. It used to be if we tipped six hex per T-share, it was like we were all dancing in the streets. And now if it's less than 6.3, we're like, what's wrong? What happened? Where's my 6.3? Where's my money? Right? So like we're getting used to these awesome payouts, and a lot of people are thinking that 7 is going to be the norm in the future at this rate. Katie says, "Hey all,
25,000 hex. That's crazy."
Yeah, especially when it was 10,000. You could stake 10,000 hex for one day at the beginning and get 1 T-share. And now you have to do 2.5 times that. You have to do 25,000 for one day, which obviously doesn't make a lot of sense with the fees. But you know what I'm saying? Like as soon as it hits 30,000. You're going to have to put max out the longer pays better bonus to get the same deal that you got on day one.
I know.
Same deal. Yeah. I like it when people emergency end stake. Yeah, there's been a lot of that lately going down here. It says you got this. Depression depression phase for 6 more months. Disbelief for 6 months. Then bull market. That's kind of lines up with what I'm hoping and seeing. Could also be noble until after next elections.
Yep.
Yeah, people might just be waiting till for the next elections to even put money back into the stock market besides the banks.
They're all waiting for Trump to take over again. Magaga, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, he's gonna win.
I'm going to start putting a Trump and Kanye West sign in my front yard just to freak out my neighbors.
So did you see that Ye when he went and met with Trump and asked him to be his vice president? Trump got pissed.
Well, of course he
Trump was
did.
like, "You're gonna lose."
Just lower expectations. Oh, sorry. Let me try to finish my train of thought because I do have ADD. I do get excited and I get very easily distracted. So if we get a layer one that we can trust, we get a decent stable coin, and we get the on and off ramp that Fiat IO and Famous are working on right now, and OX Coast, right? If we get those three things, I don't really care what the price of anything is, because we can start building a truly decentralized financial community with those three things as our foundation. We can actually start doing peer-to-peer, which is what, Bitcoin was supposed to do 13 years ago. It was peer-to-peer. It's like, I don't really care what the dollar does, other than when I have to pay my taxes so I don't go to jail. That's the only time I'm really focused on the dollar. The rest of the time, I can build my own community. We can all get, wealthy and financially free together if we have those foundations to build on. So that's where I'm like really, really focused on. Mark Valley says last bull top was BTC halving. Yeah. Oh, and you got the BCT halving happen at the end of 23, beginning of 24. So every time we have a halvening, we get more and more front running on the halvening and more front running on the crash. That's what that first 65,000 people were like, this is it, grab your money, run for the door. And then the institutions were like, wait, hold up. We haven't loaded our crates full of dollars. We're going to pop it back up to 69 for a day or two. And then we'll walk out the door. You know what I mean? That was bananas. Bull started.
Do that with the stock market. So until Congress and everybody has to legally sell their stocks, because politicians can no longer own stocks. So that's going to be another top once everybody cashes out.
Yeah, Bull started really that fall without penalties, daily 6.17. So our base is 617 without the penalties. That's insane. And then, so 10,376 T shares. So if you have, 1% of that, you're Poseidon. And then if you have 10% of that, or sorry, 0.1%, you're a whale. 100%, you're a shark. And 1,000% of that, you're a dolphin. I think that's how it works. Math on stream is hard. All right. If we build it, they will come. Let's attract builders, growers, self-sustainers. I appreciate that. I like that, Moondog. Moondog has been killing it when we've been doing our Incoherent. We've been doing this silly card game on the Hangouts. Have you been listening to that? You ever play Incoherent, Adam?
I watched you guys playing a little bit of it.
Yeah, this is it right here. Yeah, it's a ton of fun, especially if you've been drinking. But check it out. Moondog has been killing it. He can figure out what we're saying on the first try. Killing it, absolutely. Let me check out my banners here.
Hit the road. I got a 3-hour drive ahead of me.
Yeah, my bro's taking off back home. So on screen hug.
Bye.
There we go. Screenshot that part.
See you guys.
See you, brother.
Thanks for being here, and have a great ride home. So let me go back to my banners real quick, see what else I got. So that's our Gemini, ETH, POW, POS. I still haven't seen any hash from those homies.
Bro, to be totally honest, I've never even checked out POS, and I emergency end staked 4 of my stakes and sold everything on POW a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we did have a lot of the Hexagon community, Hedron, Ethereum, Maximus DAO. They all went and put front ends so people could interact with their coins over there, which is really awesome. But until we get the hash power, like I said, I'm waiting for one of those 8 forks to show some legs before the next bull run. Yeah. And whatever one that is, I'm cashing everything out on whatever proof of work chain gets any value. I'm emptying the bank account over there. I'm taking all that powder out.
Do you
on the
think
next run.
do you think that when Pulse launches, that there'll even be a need for it?
No, but I'm basing all this on ETH Classic. So back in the day, you had the DAO hack, you had the split. ETH Classic had a good run on that next bull run.
Yeah, it
like
did.
people, you could have made a lot of money just leaving your free forked coins on Ethereum Classic and cashing them out, because I don't think it ever went that high again, did it? Actually, on this last one, it had a little bit of a run.
Yeah,
but that was because people didn't know the difference between ETH and ETH Classic.
Yeah.
So every time that Ethereum said, "Oh, we're launching 2.0," and people bought the rumor, then it was like they were buying the wrong ETH, and I think that had a lot to do with it. And that could happen this time. People could buy the wrong ETH, but it's less likely with a completely changed name versus ETH Classic and ETH. Those are easier to mix up. Cheers, hugs all around. Hug Hound.
Okay.
Hug Hound. Love and light, bro. Love and light. Let's see what other things I had here. Gemini. Texan free claim token. If you guys claimed your free million Texan tokens, until Wednesday, you can go claim 1 million extra tokens to give away to a new address. So they developed this so that people that claimed the Texan token and have friends and families and coworkers that are always like, "Oh, I want to get into crypto, but I don't have any money." You can help them set up a Metamask wallet or have them set up a Metamask wallet, and you can gift that new address 1 million more free Texan tokens. And I believe they were, last night I was listening, they got another few thousand addresses based on that, which, obviously you can game the system and you can just put it in your own pocket. I could do that. But the truth is, I really want to see people get a free token and see what crypto can do. I want them to ride a wave and really get a feeling for, holy cow, this stuff is real. And so, if you guys have an address, you want to send it to me in DMs or to my email, which is hextips@gmail.com, then I've just been giving people my extra bonus and taking them at their word. We already went over when bottom. And then, of course, we have the Hex Online Conference, January 6th through the 9th. So Maddie's putting together his online conference. I think he's got like 20 people he wants speaking at that one. And, of course, we'll hopefully hear from Richard Hart as well. And so Maddie likes to do the online conference because anyone can attend the online conference basically for free,
Yeah.
And he doesn't want people losing money and spending money on trips to Vegas and stuff like that right now. I totally get it. And so he put this on together. But my suggestion is online watch parties. So you guys are up there in New York area. If you guys reach out to your New York friends that you met on the KSB and go ahead and find a place if you can and get together and have a little watch party. That way you got like a little mini meetup and you can still join the watch party and stream back and forth. And it's like the best of both worlds. So you can still party with the Hexicans. And then again, that's January 6th through the 9th. So I'm going to be trying to put together something here up in the Salt Lake area. So I got a friend up there that's got a studio that he's offered to let us use. So try putting that together on one or two of those days, which would be a lot of fun. So yeah, that was about it. I was going to bring on Mark Wild. And Mark Wild is an author that's coming out with a Hex book December 2nd. So I'll get him on here. He lives in Asia, so the time difference is kind of harsh. But he did do let me see here. He did an interview with, pull it up here. There we go. Maybe it's in our group chat. Actually, yeah, I think it's in our group chat that he put it in there. There we go. Okay, yeah. So he did an interview with RH Maxi. So RH Max should have an interview coming up, or it might be posted if he did it live, where you guys can listen to Mark Wild's book idea. That let's see, he actually sent me the name of it here real quick. Here we go. Yeah, okay. So he wrote a book about Hex, Pulse Chain, and Pulse X. The title is Second Crypto Revolution: Build Generational Wealth in Richard Hart's Ecosystem. Damn, that's a long title.
Yeah.
It probably starts on the cover and then goes to the next page. But I like it. I like it. It'll be published on December 2nd.
That's awesome, though. I mean, that's just more eyes that could come from unexpected places. Yeah, I feel like right now, and there's very few new people coming into crypto right now. So getting in spaces or in front of eyes that we've never done before, I think that's really smart.
Yeah, that's for sure. And people are sleeping on what's going on. A lot of people don't understand crypto at all. And those that do understand, very few of them understand the RH evolution of crypto.
Right.
You know, taking some of the ethos and philosophy that crypto is built on and actually running with it. That's something that we haven't seen happen a lot in the 13 years of crypto. 13, 14, right?
Yeah. And
Marcavelli says,
like another thing with that Maddie with his online conference, so he's so cognizant of being in the bear market. Even if you spend $1,000 to go out to Vegas, what that can buy you right now and what that can become in 4 years can literally be $1 million. And people don't comprehend that unless you've been through a full cycle. You've seen the ups and downs and you know what's possible. And right now, to go blow $1,000 is when you could be buying these generational lows, some of them for these coins. I think that's really smart, and that's why I always give Maddie a lot of credit.
well, a lot of people think that the 10,000x was it, but because we've come back to almost, basically our 3 cents is nothing for Hex.
No,
There's nothing for Hex. So I always look at every dollar that I'm spending in the bear market as 1,000x that I can get on the bull. Every dollar, easy. And some of them, especially when you're looking at Pulse Chain, Pulse X, and coins that are just coming out, that's another 10,000x right there. So somewhere between 1,000 and 10,000x, like you said, $1,000 can very easily become 100,000 or $1 million in the next wave. And so that's a lot of money to spend on a weekend in Vegas when you're still working a job, especially, right?
right. And there's nothing worse than that feeling of like right now when I go back and look at some of the bonehead moves I made in 2019 and early 2020 with Sandbox and Decentraland and Matic at the insanely low prices, that if I had just kept a quarter of those bags, like it would have changed everything. But until you've done that stuff and you've made the mistakes and you've physically seen it, it's hard. It's tough to just talk about, like, oh yeah, it could do 1,000x. But when you look at that transaction and it's there and you physically have done it, now you know exactly that you have that feeling. Okay, I spent this dollar. It feels like I'm spending 1,000.
Yeah. We got Red Squirrel says you can't compare ETHW to ETH Classic. ETHW has a good narrative for why it should exist. I agree. I agree that it definitely should. I just don't see the problem that I have with the proof of work chains is that I don't see the miners working. Like, I don't see the miners building community. I don't see the miners building front ends. I don't see the miners going out and marketing themselves at all, because the miners never did any of that to begin with. The miners sat down a dark alley, and when you tried walking down the alleyway, depending on what mood they were in and how busy that alleyway was, they're like, "What's up? What's the magic word? What's the password?" And usually it was, "Here's all of my money," or "Here's an insane amount of money that I could," like you said, that's the part that made me so furious, is the money that I spent in fees. If I had kept it in a coin like Hex, game changing, life changing, right? So anyways, that's I'm waiting for someone to take that and actually build a real community and use that, because it sucks being stuck on Ethereum for the Hex community right now.
Yeah,
It just sucks.
I don't know. I'm not much. I don't know much about mining and all that. But from what I see or heard, it seemed like the ETH W was just a cash ploy for desperate miners. You know, they knew this was basically it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
over. You know, it's the last cash grab, and then I'm selling my equipment because there's nothing left. So I don't see really any development after. So I think it was just a last attempt to grab as much cash as possible, spit out whatever narrative you can, and then it's game over. Because I just don't see if ETH is going to feel like ETH POW right now once Pulse is out. So who's going to come down to ETH and then go back to it? I just don't see it.
Well, and this is the funny thing is that when Ethereum did their merge to 2.0 and got rid of the miners, it was really smart of them to do it in a crashing market. Because had they done it at the bottom of the market and we're going up, then there would have been so much more money and resources for the miners to take advantage of and try to grow their community and their hash power. Where right now, it's all drying up. There's not this flush of dumb money just being thrown into everything in crypto. Like in the bull run, we're going to have more banana coins. We're going to have more meme coins. We're going to have coins you've never even thought about. You're going to see them and think that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And that coin will do 1 trillion X. I think one day it'll just go insane. They'll pump and dump on people like they always do. Right? So like
gaming coins this next bull run that you're going to be scared. You're going to be all these promises. Oh, we're building the greatest racing game ever. We're building the greatest whatever game, and there'll be no development going on. They'll raise a ton of money. I could be wrong, but that's
hundreds of millions of dollars. Hundreds of millions.
Did you see what Mark Zuckerberg just built? He spent $36 billion building out his little metaverse thing, and the newest feature that came along was they added legs to people.
They added what?
Legs. So his little avatars cruised around like South Park characters, and now they added legs to him.
I just saw when he fired a few thousand people. He's like, well, apparently Metaverse didn't work out as the way I thought it would. So good luck finding other jobs, you thousands of people.
Happy holidays too.
Happy holidays. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So Crypto T, Poseidon is 1 million T shares. Sharks would be 100,000. Dolphins would be 10,000, and down to 1,000. Right. So squids underneath dolphins. Yeah, squids have started 1,000 and up.
Yeah.
Davis is gang. David Lee, hey fam, great conversations and news to decorate too. Doing some decorations. Think and grow Hex. I like that. I gave up ice cream and monsters for Hex. Oh my gosh, dude, this is the thing that Rags always talks about, right? He says, give up your Hulu, give up your Netflix for 3 months. Give up something that you don't need for 3 months and put that $10, $20, $30 into Hex just for 3 months. You don't have to deny yourself forever, or start doing DoorDash. You can go shovel sidewalks on the weekend right now. Put that money into Hex, and instead of making $10, $20, $30 an hour, you're making $20, $30, $40,000 an hour. You just won't know it until the next bull run. It's beautiful. And I mean, yeah, that sugar will kill you. I ate so much sugar yesterday. I thought I'm definitely getting diabetes. To Crypto T, the only the OA can become a Poseidon. The OA can also create huge stakes, and EES will pump stakers. Yeah, that's true. One should have no expectations from the OA. Here are the communities. The communities are growing over there. It's about censorship resistance. Good luck with ETH 2.0. LOL. Yeah, I'm definitely not satisfied or happy with ETH 2.0. I've got stakes on there for a really long time, and I do expect ETH 2.0 to be around. But yeah, I don't trust them not to censor me and not to try and KYC me in the future.
I didn't even know the end game was ETH 3.0.
Well,
I was always stuck that ETH 2.0 is the end game. So I go looking up. I'm like, oh, wow. So this is going to take another 5 years. And then they're going to wait till about 2036 for ETH 3.0 to be out. Interesting.
Ethereum promised ETH 2.0 with all the sharding and all the glitter and all the glam, fast, cheap. It basically sounded like Pulse Chain, right? They promised that 6 years ago.
Right.
I
It's
turned
years late.
I bought into their hype 6 years ago, took a bunch of my hard-earned Bitcoin and turned it into ETH, and then watched people buy the rumor and sell the news. The first of 18 times that they didn't get it right. 6 years ago, they said all this stuff. And then they just changed the definition of 2.0 until it was get rid of the miners and give the money to our VC friends. Give the money to our masters. And do you think those masters are going to be happy without KYCing us and taxing us and controlling us? No. Ethereum is on the way down when it comes to the ethos of decentralized freedom, privacy, all that stuff. Ethereum is not your friend.
Now through consensus and MetaMask and Quorum, they all tried to build their own blockchains. Basically the Ripple lawsuit was to stall Ripple's technology so banks could build out basically the similar technology, and they quickly found out they could not do that. Mm-hmm. So it's really interesting how first they sue them, then they fight them, then now you join them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how it works.
Well, and when it comes to the gaming idea, everyone's really excited about gaming because gaming is this huge industry. People spend insane amounts of money on video games, right? The problem is first of all, you got the Oracle problem of trying to get something from the real world onto the blockchain and back without a human being messing it up. And then the second problem is these networks can't handle traffic. Layer ones cannot handle. They can't handle CryptoKitties. They can't. Ethereum couldn't handle the Zen launch. Couldn't. Not without the fees just destroying everything. So you're still going to have the NFTs and the skins and the pieces of the game for sale on blockchain. And then you're going to have a private server running to keep up with the traffic like they do now. So it's still not blockchain at this point. That may change in the future with Pulse Chain and Pulse Chain, spreading or sharding or forking or whatever it needs to do, because I don't see Pulse Chain, like you said, if your gas station gets busy, build another gas station. Unless you're in Texas. And in Texas, you build a Buc-ee's that's the size of a Walmart with 1,000 gas pumps. Those guys are killing it, man. Those Buc-ee guys are killing it. But even the Buc-ee's, they build more Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Right? Even the monster ones, they build more of them. So why wouldn't Pulse Chain just add another network or add another fork when things get expensive or slow?
Right. And money is going to flow where there's the least amount of friction. And Ethereum right now it's not the answer. And I don't see how you can have a public blockchain and have private companies having their own, or having their inventory, having all of their books private on a public blockchain. I don't know how you do that. I think there's going to have to be public and privates that can interoperate with each other. I could say, like right now with our bank accounts, I can't see your bank accounts. You can go swipe your card everywhere you want. Only you and your bank can see that. But we know you're doing it. It needs to be like that within crypto. And the way we're going right now is it's impossible. With full censorship, you can't do that. It's going to be interesting to see where they end up, if they can draw a line that's fair in the sand, where businesses can transact publicly but still have the privacy of where people can't come in and see what they're doing or look at their books or anything like that. And until that happens, we're going to be in the Wild West.
Mm-hmm. So Hexodl says over time, OX unstaked hex gets diluted. That's true. And the total hex supply increases while shares decrease, thus increasing APY. unless the OA interferes. And they're all a factor of 10, the whales, the sharks, and eventually you'll need to add a plankton. Hextaker V2, I'm waiting for something like 60% of ETH validators are Amazon and Coinbase hosted. So what happens when the government tries to, show their force and tells Amazon and Coinbase to stop hosting these nodes? What happens to the network then?
Exactly. That they're gonna everyone's gonna they're gonna have to move offshore. They have to move out of the United States, and then it's crazy.
Yeah. So they dropped the ETH 2.0 and they just call it ETH 2. ETH 2 is currently 74% OFAC compliant. I fly a $3,000 game, Digital Combat Simulator World, the most expensive game if one acquires all the aircraft and modules for it. Yeah, people go crazy for the games and the online universe, like virtual worlds. It's crazy. You can't handle this crypto kitty. Shanahan. Free Texas. Yeah, free Texas. E2 can't fail. It's vital for Hex and Pulse. Real crypto has no externalities for it to fail. Yeah, and it's hard to build, but we're, hopefully we get there one day, is where we have our own real ecosystem and infrastructure. And at that point, then we'll see where it goes from there. ETH started the most decentralized, but drastically changed since. Yeah, that's true. Same with Bitcoin, has a beta coin proof concept. Ethereum can't scale, and it's expensive to operate. And then private and public can't mix. Most ERCs are priced out because the gas is too high. Yeah, KD's in the house as well. KD, Marco Valley, appreciate all those comments. That's awesome. Yeah, I've burned through almost everything I've gone through here. This is by far the most exciting bear market I've ever been in. It's we can't get pulse chain fast enough, and we can't hit the bottom fast enough, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, it's wild. I mean, BitBoy is literally cruising around the Bahamas chasing after SBF right now.
It's crazy, but there's so many times a day where I see the emperor has no clothes moments, just like that. There's so many times where regular people are just going on to Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, and someone's clearly showing them a problem with what they're being told, whether it's the vaccine, the COVID. Andrew Tate, I saw that I posted a really cool video from our girl Leia Helpern. She was just going, because she's friends with Andrew Tate, so she was going around the streets of London, I believe, and just being like, "Oh, hey, what do you think of Andrew Tate?" And everyone, of course, is like 99% people like, "Oh, he's a bad man." She's like, "Okay, cool. Why is he a bad man?" Because he does bad things. She's like, "Okay, cool. What bad things does he do?" Someone told me he's mean. Like, that was like everyone's argument on everything on earth is someone told me to think this way and feel this way. That's 99% of people out there. So when you're showing up with something that's real, that has math behind it, like crypto, you got to realize you're talking to a very emotional and easily manipulated group out there. And it's probably going to take generations to turn the tide of thinking about some of these things. And unfortunately, the new generation is more emotional than any other generation I've seen before. Ooh. They get triggered. You're going to get canceled. There's just a lot of feelings involved,
Yeah.
Scott, you want to jump on stream, say hi to the peeps?
I'm helping Mom with decorating. Or else I would.
What's that?
There's half a sumo roll.
Oh, thank you very much.
Of course.
Just jump in here and say hi. Just wave to the people. This is my oldest daughter right here.
Oh.
She's a graphic
hi,
artist.
People.
And she's actually the one that helped me put together the Texan scraping ladder.
Oh, yeah. That chart.
3 times, because we messed it up twice. I messed it up twice. And she was...
You did good.
Yeah, so if you guys like that Texan scraping chart, this is who gets the credit for that.
Did you get a new camera?
I did. This one doesn't overheat.
That's nice. Okay. Bye.
Wait.
What?
We do hug screens here.
Oh. Okay. Wait, do I get an awkward wave?
Awkward. Oh, yeah, you can do a little awkward wave. We're gonna hit that in a second, but
Okay, there you go.
thanks. Oh man, I'm so proud of her. She's the
That's
best.
awesome.
She was our oldest kid, so when she grew up, she didn't know she was a kid because there were no kids around, right? It was just her and us, me and Hexray Chick. So she just thought she was small, like just a small human being, and she just copy us and go everywhere we went. She had no idea she was a kid. So yeah, she's adulting hard right now, as they say. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of people. My 17-year-old, I've been begging her to come on stream and do a reaction video to like Andrew Tate. She won't even entertain the idea. She's like, no. She's like, think about what you've said. Shame on you. It's a lot of shame.
You can't. There's certain words just the kids don't like hearing them.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you want the best for your kids, but it's hard to get them to see the reality. And not that we have everything right. We're just as biased and messed up as everyone else. But we grew up in a time where you didn't have the internet. At least I did. I grew up where you were riding your bike to your friend's house and you remembered 3 phone numbers in your head.
Yeah.
I remember that world. And it's just a totally different world we live in now. So
I know. I mean, I still am waiting for my parents to sit me down and talk about changing our names, faking our deaths, and going for a long camp in the jungle.
This is a very nice, gracious, good job, Pops and Mama too. Appreciate that, man. Good vibes. Firefight 82. Thanks for keeping me and my family entertained on the long drive home. Crypto talk has everyone asleep, and I have peace and quiet. However we can help. Red Squirrel wants her to spill the dirt on her dad. We'll have to do a stream sometime with the kids. She's one of the only kids I haven't had here, and she was nice enough to bring me sushi. So I mean, that's if you're willing to share your sushi, that's true love.
Seriously, do all the hard work, bring you sushi. I mean, we were giving you credit for things. Now we're gonna have to take a step back here and reassess.
Yeah. Well, that's about it for Tech Talk. I try to keep these things done. I downloaded some new software to edit some of the fluff out of all my hangs and stuff. So I'm going to try to condense and get some more meaty pieces for you guys out there. But thanks for coming here. Oh, that was the thing I was going to do as well. So I tweeted out a mysterious wallet address, and someone was saying there's something like $100 in there. I don't know, weird, right? And then last night on my Hangout, I revealed a secret word, or a very special word, we'll say. All right. And so these words may or may not mean anything in the future, but what I would like to do is I would like to grow our community as much as possible, including with you guys over at Vibra Finance. What I'd like to do is set a goal or a threshold that we want to hit. So let me know on your channel a threshold you and Lindsay would like to hit, whether it's likes, comments, subscribers, Twitter engagement, TikTok. You let me know, and when our community hits that goal, we're going to reveal a very special word on your podcast. We're going to throw that out there to them, sort of like a digital scavenger hunt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So go back to yesterday. I had a secret word yesterday, a very special word, and I can't find my words right now, but they're around here somewhere. And I'm going to reveal one more secret word today. And then when I get to, let's see, for instance, if you go to my my subscribers, I'm at 1.79 for my subscribers, so 1,700, almost 1,800. When I hit 1,900 subscribers, I'm going to reveal a word myself, and then I'm going to reach out to people in my group like Adam here and the people in our DM group, and when they hit a target that they want to hit for their audience, then we're going to go on their stream. We're going to reveal another one of these mysterious words. You know, there could be one, there could be 12 special words. I don't know. It's crazy. You're just going to have to find out. And I've got to find that. I literally don't have that piece of paper in front of me, but I will find it here before we leave. And then we will give out a very secret word here for you guys.
That's good. You never want to leave special words like that in easy to find places.
Yeah, these are the words that you definitely don't want to share with anyone else, no matter what.
Or leave in places people can come by and snap pictures of them very quickly.
Yeah, that would be bad as well. That would be really bad. Holy cow, I really can't find those words. If even I can't find those words, then that means they're really safe. Right?
That means you did your job. It means you're a good Hexagon.
All right. Found him. Okay, so I'm going to type this into the chat here, and you can read it out. In fact, this is a good one right here. Just have my daughter here, so this is the next secret word here, or special word of the day, like in Pee-wee's Playhouse. Ah! So there you guys go. There's a very special word right there in chat. I'm actually going to put on there. Words are hard to find. So here's a word. So yesterday there was a word that was dropped. This is today's word. And then Adam, I want you and Lindsay to let me know what the community can do to help you. And when we hit that goal as a community, there's just going to be some other crazy words showing up.
Awesome.
And then
talk to her and get back to you by night's end.
Yeah. Whenever I'm going to put this in the streamers group.
Okay.
So I'll post this and let everyone hit me up and let me know what target they want to hit and what the community can help them with, and then we'll jump on and we'll get another word. So
awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, so we're going to do our awkward wave goodbye to the night driving music in StreamYard because it's just so chill. And I want to thank all of the Visioneers, and I want to thank all the Hexagons for showing up. I didn't have time to go back and wrench everybody in the thing. Moon Boys, you get a wrench, man. Let's see, who else did I miss here? There's a couple of new names, but most of you guys are wrenched up. Crypto T, dude, reach down in your pocket. You got a wrench. That's about it. I don't see many other people here that aren't wrenched. And actually, the weird thing is we didn't have any sex sites show up. Sex bots come and tell us about where to find love on the internet. And then, of course,
we're running out of money.
Super Snake.
We're in a bear market when the bots stop popping up.
Yeah. So until our next hang, I want you guys to know that we're here for you. We love you. Let's get this money and let's free the captives. Let's all get free together. And then once we get free, let's go free a whole nother group of people. 2024-25 wave is going to change way more lives than the 21 wave did. And if we get all of our stuff together and we work together as a community, then in 28-29, when that wave hits, we can have a whole new community of amazing people and reach so many lives and improve them. So that's what it's about, folks. And we'll drop here into our awkward wave. So just stare into that camera, pretend you're in 5th grade again, and you're waving at a girl you like.
Look to the left.
You can't give me directions while I'm trying to be awkward. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming in here. We will see you guys on the next hangout. Thank you very much, Adam, you and Lindsay, your family. Love you guys, and we'll just keep chopping it up. We'll keep working forward. So see you later, Visioneers, and thanks again for coming. Make sure to subscribe on everyone's phone that is unlocked. Okay, if you're riding the train and the dude next to you falls asleep, subscribe to my channel. He won't know. He won't. If you're around family this Thanksgiving and Christmas, grab your nephews and nieces' phones and subscribe to hexrayvision. They won't know either. They'll just wonder why this dude's showing up in their feed, right? So, later, guys.